Ingo by Helen Dunmore, Chapter 2. Next morning, I wake up late to the smell of cooking. Dad's in the kitchen frying mushrooms in the big black pan. He's whistling softly through his teeth, and Mom's banging knives into the drawer. "He didn't come home until 8 this morning," Connor whispers to me. The atmosphere in the kitchen is thick with anger. Connor and I retreat into the living room with a bowl of cereal each. As we eat, they start to quarrel again. Their voices grow loud. "Are you crazy, Matthew? Taking that boat out at night alone when you'd been drinking?" "I didn't take the boat out." "Don't lie to me. I can smell the sea on you. Look at the wet on your clothes. It wasn't enough to risk your neck climbing down those rocks in the dark. You had to take the boat out too. I haven't slept a wink. Are you out of your mind?" Dad's voice crashes back. "I know what I'm doing. I'm in no danger." "Are you going to stay on land for the rest of your life, Jenny? If you'd only come with me." His voice breaks off. He's angry with Mom too, just as much as she's angry with him. But why? Dad knows Mom hates the sea. She never goes out into the boat, and for once I'm glad of it. It makes me shiver to think of them both away out there on the sea, on the dark water. So far away that even if I called out as loud as I could, they'd never hear me. "You know why I won't come," says Mom. "I've got good reasons to keep away from the sea." Her voice is full of meaning. We're so used to the idea that Mom hates the sea and won't go near it that we don't ask why, but suddenly I want to know more. "Connor, why won't Mom ever go out in the Peggy Gordon?" I whisper. "It's always been Dad who takes me and Connor out on the sea, and Mom who stays at home." Connor shrugs, but suddenly I see in the face that he knows something I don't. "Connor, you've got to tell me. Just because I'm the youngest, no one ever tells me anything." "They didn't exactly tell me either, but you do know something." "I heard them talking one day," says Connor reluctantly. "Mom was saying that she was going to cook a saddle of hare for Sunday dinner." "Hare? Yuck! I'm not eating that." "Yeah, that's exactly what Dad said. He said it was bad luck to eat a hare. So Mom said she didn't care. She wasn't superstitious." Dad said she was the most superstitious person he'd ever met in his life. And Mom said, "Only over one thing, Matthew, and I've got a good reason to fear the sea." What did she mean? What good reason? I asked Dad later. I said they were talking so loud I couldn't help overhearing. He wasn't going to tell me, and then he did. He said a fortune teller had told Mom's fortune once, and after that she'd never gone out on the sea again. It was years ago, but she never has, not once. "What do you think the fortune teller said?" Dad wouldn't tell me. It must have been something really bad, though. "Maybe the fortune teller said that Mom would die by drowning." "Don't be stupid, Saf. A fortune teller wouldn't ever say that to someone." "You're going to drown. That'll be 10 pounds, please." "But she must have told Mom something terrible. Mom wouldn't stop going in boats for the rest of her life otherwise." "Saf, please don't go on about it, or I'll wish I hadn't told you. And don't let them know you know. Dad said not to tell you in case you got scared." Mom and Dad's voices rise again. Why do they have to argue so much? I hardly ever quarrel with Connor. "I'm going in to make some toast," says Connor. "That'll stop them." "I'll come with you." Mom and Dad are standing by the stove. They go quiet when they see us, but the air prickles with the bad things they've said. Sometimes I think that if adult quarrels had a smell, you would smell like burned food. Dad's mushrooms are shriveled up and black. He sees me looking at them and he picks up the pan and scraps the burned mushrooms into the big pig bin. What a waste. I love mushrooms. That night, Connor and I bike out to see his friend Jack. We stay longer than we mean to because Jack's Labrador bitch has 3 puppies. We haven't played with them before because they've been too little, but now they're 7 weeks old. Jack tells us Jack lets us hold one each. My puppy is plump and wiggling, and she sniffs my fingers, licks them, and makes a hopeful whining sound in the back of her throat. She is so beautiful. Connor and I have always wanted a dog, but we haven't managed it yet. You are the most beautiful puppy in the whole world, I whisper to her, holding her close to my face. She has a funny little folded down left ear and soft, inquisitive brown eyes. If I could choose one of the puppies, it would be her. She wrinkles her nose, does a tiny puppy sneeze, and then snuggles in under my chin. I feel as if she's chosen me already. Poppy, the pup's mother, she knows us, so she doesn't mind us playing with them. She stays near, though, looking pleased and proud and watchful. Every time a pup tries to sneak away to explore, Poppy fetches it back and drops it in the basket. I love the way Poppy makes her mouth soft to pick up the pups by the scruff of the neck. We forget about the time when we remember it. It's getting late and we have to rush. Come on, Seth, Mom's going to kill me if we're any later. Connor's up ahead racing. My bike's too small for me, and I have to pedal like crazy, but it still wasn't going fast. When Connor gets a new one, I'll have his old one. Dad says maybe at Christmas Connor will get his new bike. Wait for me, I yell, but Connor's away in the distance. At the last bend, he waits for me to catch up. You are so slow, he grumbles as we bike the final downhill stretch side by side. I'm just as fast as you are. It's only my bike that's slow, I say. If I had your bike. Connor's already told me he'd paint his old bike for me when he gets a new one, and I'll keep the lights. He'll paint it any color I like. We reach the gate where the track goes down past our cottage. Ours isn't the only cottage here, but our neighbors are set far apart. At night we can see the lights from the other cottage windows shining out against the dark hillside. Our cottage is closest to the sea. Look, there's Mom. What's she doing? Asked Connor suddenly.